Hello there. So today I want to talk to you about why there are some differences between how our vaccines are given to puppies and kittens. More specifically, the distemper parvo vaccine in dogs and the FVRCP vaccine in cats, because it is a little bit different than some of our other ones. So puppies and kittens are supposed to naturally get some immunities and antibodies from their mother. They can get these from the placenta, or they can get it from the colostrum, which is the first milk that they get after they're born. Now, those antibodies that are called maternal antibodies, they help them fight off disease whenever they're very young. Now, the challenging part is when their immune system is still running with just maternal antibodies, they kind of fight the vaccines. So you're attempting to get them vaccinated when their own immune system starts taking over from their mother's immune system. So I have a very rudimentary little chart here. In this chart, the black line is the mother's antibodies and the red line is the puppies. So you can see this is kind of when they're born, and when they get the colostrum, bam, the maternal antibodies kind of hightail it out of there. They're protected from disease in this time because of these antibodies. But if we give them a vaccine like right here, these antibodies will keep that vaccine from working and building up the puppy's immune system. Sometime where this dotted line is, the puppy's antibodies and immune system kind of start taking over and are working harder than the maternal ones. This is when we want to get vaccines in the puppy, because they're actually going to respond to the vaccines. Now, it's kind of debated of when this dotted line is, but it can be anywhere from 6 to 16, 20 weeks, depending on the dog. And you really need to get 2 vaccines into them after this dotted line for the vaccine to be effective. So that's where it comes into a challenge. That's why we say that for those vaccines, we want the last one to be at or after 16 weeks old. And there are actually some breeds, like Rottweilers, that we kind of go more towards 20 weeks because they have a little bit of a harder time with it. So this is why if you bring your puppy into the vet clinic and you just got it from a breeder or a pet store or whatnot, and it's 10, 12, 14 weeks old, and you've been told that it's fully vaccinated, that is not going to be the case. It does not have to do with how many vaccines they get. It has to do with how old they are when they got them and the time interval between when they get those vaccines. Because you're fighting these little maternal antibodies. They're great things. They do their job, but they can impede the vaccine process for puppies and kittens.